The Curious Case of the Vatican's 53-mile secret library. From a bear who became a soldier to an octopus with 9 brains, we've explored some remarkable hidden stories. But today, we're unlocking the secrets of what might be the most mysterious library in the world, a place where 53 miles of shelving holds documents spanning nearly 2 millennia of human history. If you're ready to explore more fascinating true stories like this one, be sure to subscribe to Curious Chronicles. Deep within Vatican City, behind walls that have stood for centuries, lies a repository of knowledge so vast and so restricted that it has captured imaginations for generations. The Vatican Secret Archives, or as they're now known, the Vatican Apostolic Archives, contain over 85 kilometers of shelving, storing millions of documents that trace the story of human civilization through the ages. But let's address the word secret in its former name. In this case, secret comes from the Latin secretum, meaning private, rather than hidden. Just as our 9-brained octopus demonstrated nature's unexpected solutions, language often holds surprising revelations. This archive isn't so much a vault of secrets as it is the Pope's private library, though what it contains might be even more fascinating than the mysteries we imagine. The story of these archives begins in 1612, when Pope Paul V decided to separate the Vatican Library's administrative records from its collection of books. This seemingly simple administrative decision created one of the most remarkable historical repositories ever assembled. Today, the archives contain documents dating from the 8th century to modern times, including correspondence with Michelangelo, documents from the trial of Galileo, and letters from Abraham Lincoln. Just as the town of Arjukan found an innovative solution to their darkness, the Vatican has developed extraordinary methods to preserve these priceless documents. The archives are housed in climate-controlled bunkers, with temperature and humidity carefully regulated to protect papers that have survived centuries. Modern technology meets ancient history as digital scanning works to preserve these documents for future generations. The physical security of the archives is equally fascinating. Beyond the armed Swiss Guard, the facility employs a complex system of technological safeguards. The bunker-like storage areas use advanced fire suppression systems that can remove oxygen from a room in seconds to protect documents without damaging them with water. Some particularly sensitive documents are stored in special chambers that can withstand earthquakes, equipped with atmospheric controls that can prevent degradation for centuries to come. The layout itself is a marvel of organizational complexity. Beyond the 53 miles of shelving, there are specialized rooms for different types of documents. In 1897, the renowned photography firm Underwood & Underwood documented the Grand Corridor, describing it as the longest room in the world. Their stereoscopic photographs captured the awe-inspiring scale of this vast repository of knowledge, where shelves seemed to stretch endlessly into the distance. The index room alone contains over 36,000 volumes of inventories, essential for navigating this labyrinth of knowledge. Yet even this massive catalog system only scratches the surface of the archive's contents. Many documents remain uncatalogued, waiting to be rediscovered. But what exactly lies within these carefully controlled walls? Imagine rooms filled with floor-to-ceiling shelving, containing everything from papal bulls written on scrolls to diplomatic correspondence that shaped world history. There's the original papal bull that excommunicated Martin Luther, letters from Henry VIII requesting the annulment that would lead to the English Reformation, and even a letter from Mary, Queen of Scots, written shortly before her execution. The security and access protocols for these archives would impress even the most skilled octopus escape artist. To enter, you must be a qualified scholar with a specific research purpose, and even then, the process is highly selective. Unlike public libraries, you can't simply browse the shelves. You must request specific documents, knowing exactly what you're looking for. Each year, only around 250 researchers are granted access to these historic treasures. Among the most fascinating holdings are records that have puzzled historians for centuries. Take, for example, the collection of letters about the Knights Templar, including the controversial Chinon parchment that absolved the Order of heresy charges, a document that was lost within the archives for nearly 700 years before being rediscovered in 2001. The parchment's discovery completely changed our understanding of one of history's most mysterious organizations. The archives also contain some of history's strangest correspondences. In 1530, a German prince wrote asking permission to be bitten by a vampire to achieve immortality. There's correspondence from Mozart describing his performance at the Sistine Chapel, and a heartbreaking letter from Marie Antoinette written while imprisoned during the French Revolution. Perhaps most unusually, there's even a document recording the excommunication of Halley's Comet in 1456. Yes, the Catholic Church once excommunicated a comet. Some of the archive's most fascinating contents are unexpected treasures. There's a letter from Native American chiefs to Pope Leo XIII, written on birch bark. A silk scroll from the Chinese emperor on a roll nearly 20 meters long. Even a letter from Michelangelo complaining about late payments for his work on the Sistine Chapel, proving that even legendary artists had to deal with invoice issues. The archives hold what scholars call the death files, detailed records of the final days of notable historical figures, including eyewitness accounts and medical reports. These documents provide invaluable insights into historical personalities and the medical practices of different eras. From the last words of condemned prisoners to the final thoughts of saints, these records offer unique glimpses into humanity's most profound moments. Ancient maps within the archives tell their own fascinating stories. Some show Roman roads that no longer exist, while others reveal the locations of lost buildings and forgotten places. These cartographic treasures have helped archaeologists locate lost sites and have even aided in modern urban planning. Some maps are so detailed that they've helped historians reconstruct entire ancient landscapes that have long since vanished. In recent years, the Vatican has begun a massive digitization project, slowly bringing these ancient documents into the digital age. But the process is painstaking. Each document must be handled with extreme care, and many are so fragile that special techniques must be developed just to scan them. Imagine the challenge of digitizing a 1,000-year-old piece of parchment without damaging it, or preserving the brilliant colors of medieval illuminated manuscripts in digital form. Perhaps most tantalizing are the documents that won't be available to researchers for decades to come. The Vatican maintains a 75-year privacy rule on many of its modern documents. This means that records from World War II and the Cold War era are only now beginning to become accessible. Historians eagerly await 2028, when papers from 1953 will be released, potentially revealing new insights about the Cold War and the election of Pope Pius XII. The archives also demonstrate how historical documents can change our understanding of the present. Recent discoveries include medieval writings about climate patterns that help modern scientists understand climate change, and ancient medical treatises that have led to new research in modern medicine. These centuries-old documents continue to influence contemporary science and policy. Scholars estimate that only about 1% of the archive's contents have been thoroughly studied. Each year, as more documents are catalogued and examined, new discoveries emerge that change our understanding of history. Recent findings include previously unknown correspondence about the Vatican's role during World War II, and documents that shed new light on the Church's relationship with the Americas during the Age of Exploration. Modern archivists face unprecedented challenges in preserving these treasures. Climate change threatens the delicate balance required to maintain ancient papers. New technologies offer solutions but pose their own risks. How do you preserve a digital copy of a document for the same millennium that its paper version has already survived? The answer involves multiple redundant systems, including storing data in multiple locations and formats. The Vatican Apostolic Archives stand as a testament to humanity's effort to preserve our collective memory. In these climate-controlled halls, every document tells a story, from papal decrees that changed the course of nations to private letters that reveal the human side of historical figures we thought we knew. Each shelf, each box, each carefully preserved page holds the potential to reshape our understanding of history. If you're fascinated by these hidden treasures of human history, don't forget to subscribe to Curious Chronicles. Each week, we uncover more extraordinary true stories that remind us how remarkable our world truly is. After all, in a world where bears can become soldiers and octopi can have 9 brains, perhaps a 53-mile library of secrets isn't so surprising after all.